Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Is where words do come to life. Look, I titled this Our System because the system, as I've said in many other videos, in which we call fair is not fair. And I just said this to somebody the other day. What we call the United States, even though people say it is united, I don't believe that. And what we call what people come over here so they can be free, we're really not that free. Um, our system is broken, as I've stated many times before. Our system is flawed, and our system works for those who have money and those who struggle to get their voices heard in a kind of slick, kind of underhanded kind of way. They use their power to kind of silence some things. Um, we see that right now we're dealing with the voter suppression because our elected officials, especially the Republicans, um, don't want to honor being fair, being transparent. And this is sad. This is really sad. We have different officials across different state lines that hold different offices, and the office that individuals say that they represent, can they say they represent them wholeheartedly? Are they not representing them with ulterior motives behind them? When an incident occurs, why does it take a group of individuals to get together, to rally, to protest, to get something done? We learn a lot doing everything we have dealt with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor's, the Fidel Castillo, and so on and so on, Trayvon Martin, and so on. We find the scales of justice to be unbalanced. We find the scales of justice to be unfair. And we find that across these state lines, the most individuals who are infected are the black and brown. Prison reform seems to be the most difficult thing to actually make happen. Um, we make things happen when we want to make things happen. And then we come up with excuses with every other thing. Um, Changing of voting laws in Texas and stuff to try to, or remapping of the zones and areas to try to get certain individuals to be in the area in which you need them to be so you can get the votes. Elected officials that are sitting in seats that have ran their resumes like they really care about the people, and clearly that's not the case. And right now, even with the extra unemployment being terminated, stuff like that, and the jobs are hiring, they got the hiring bonuses, that's fine. But the problem is, before we got to this point, you should have been treating employees correctly. And so these companies have gotten bailout money, and they taxes was cut to little to nothing, and you gave the employees crumbs. So now you all are struggling to get people to come to work for your facilities, when most likely some of these facilities have set their own selves up. And then some of these companies who are pushing employees to come back who don't feel comfortable, you have to ask yourself the questions why. Because most CEOs and VPs, directors, they don't come in the office every day. They don't. They work from home when they feel like it. So what's the problem with employees working from home? What is going on in this country where we'll take care of people outside this country more so than we'll take care of people in the country? And when you ask a political figure to help you with a an issue or whatever, why does your name have to be on things that you are a part of? Because again, as I've stated before, elected officials are our employees. We are the employer. So why do you have to have your name on stuff when you're actually doing your job? I don't understand. We know there's problems. We're very much aware there's problems. But sometimes I wonder, do we really want the solution to the problems? Or do we like the chaos of the confusion and the crime and everything that's going on? Do we like the scales of justice not being balanced? See, you all sit in these seats behind these doors with your suits and your ties and your dress and your stockings and your heels, and you make drastic decisions on individual lives. And your lives is not affected, but you affect other lives by the decisions that you make. And I don't think you think twice about it, because some of the stuff that comes out of your mouth is very ignorant and very stupid. And if the script was flipped and the roles were reversed, some of the things that you make decisions on, if somebody made those decisions and you have to live with them, how would you feel? How would you feel? So I look, I read, I hear, I sit in meetings, and I see there is a great disconnect. There is big discrepancies in how our system works. There is no fairness. Um, Young lady is working with inmates, um, and they're trying to get their paperwork to Kim Fox. And they give you the runaround. You call the number. She said she got a runaround. You call the number. Now, if this is Kim Fox's office and somebody say we have some paperwork that inmates would like to get to you, somebody in your office should know who that paperwork should go to, pretty much. So why do you all, when somebody's calling your office, you know the ins and outs of your facility, you can answer the question, but you all decide to pass people from one phone number to the next. And that is totally ridiculous to me. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like, to me, you all don't want clarity. You don't want closure. You don't want none of this. You don't want to solve cases. You don't want to do none of that. None of it. And we still dealing with the crap we're dealing with. We're dealing with the sloppy food. One thing, I was laughing yesterday because I went to the post office, and I had made a couple of videos about inmates getting their mail, and when you go to the post office, that California address didn't come up, and it was to my amazement that when I went in the post office that the address actually came up. So I was kind of shocked. So I guess you all listen to some things, maybe not all things, but some things. um, it is amazing that privatizing, and I understand it's a trust fund for the prisons, but we say we have a system that's fair. We say we have those in position in place to make sure things are done the correct way and in a timely manner, but I don't see that being factual. Um, I don't see any prison reform. I know MacArthur Foundation, this should be the third year or the fourth year, and I don't know if they're still a part of the prison reform. I know elected officials are aware of what goes on across this country in every city, every state. I know our governors are aware of things that's going on. So answer me this. Why is it that when we bring certain things to the forefront that you all act like you don't know when you do know? You're very much aware of things that go on, because I'm sure there are people all over the place that fill you in on things that's transpiring in various facilities. But why do you don't choose to make a difference? That is the question. And so what needs to happen is, across these states and cities, we need to work on better communication, transparency, and listening to those who has a voice that you should listen to. Not to the ones that you already listen to, but listen to those that you don't listen to. And you need to make some changes. All right? That's all I'm saying. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Until we talk again. I got